Okay, we will stop that there for a minute. There's the cultivator. Now, because this map is multi-terrain angle, getting lined up on something you just did, not quite as easy as it would seem. Okay. Straight the wheel. Straight back. See if I can get the tractor facing the right angle. Lower the cultivator. That worked. Send the worker off. Now hopefully he won't do that bit as a diagonal thing. There's the truck. There's the fend. So we'll fold that in again. Yeah, because we were doing this side of the island, the turnarounds were a lot quicker. So the worker ended up probably taking as much time to turn around as it was to apply the rows. So we're all good. Oh, that's only a partial. Okay then, we're getting out and going back to the BGA. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, coming out of there with a 6 or 3 axle truck. A little bit of a problem. Also haven't checked on the number of sheep we've got now, because they came on quick this year. We bought 66, but what have we got today? We have 107. So another one or two have appeared since this morning. That's a nice. I think that's a nice thing about seasons, is they don't all appear at the same time. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we go. Oops. It's a good job there's no damage models on Farm Sim 9 or Farm Sim. Things could get very expensive very quickly. Yes, we're following the truck to the store. going this way. It's a little bit easier, I think. And I blew that big time. Okay. 257. I'm guessing I'm going to need at least another tank, which put us down to 220. It's still only 100,000 for that entire field. We might get away with it. We're just barely out turning the trailer. And off we go again. Okay, down to the roundabout and try not to roll it. I think so long as I keep reminding myself not to roll it, we should be okay. Means I won't go herring around the roundabout at 40 miles an hour and end up on my side, because that's such a fun thing to do when your truck's loaded with stuff. I started with the rolling the trucks very early on in my farm sim career. Farm Sim 17, I was using a hook lift truck on Goldcrest, and I was using the big 45,000 litre skip that comes with the hook lift, and loaded with corn, and yeah, the truck went over very, very easily. Maybe it's the grain hopper that's 45,000 litres or whatever. But yeah, that didn't end too well. So, is this me? This is me. Whoa, brakes, brakes, brakes. Okay, I'm going to take it up to the top of the hill so the tractor doesn't have as far to refill, rather than sit next to that abandoned farmhouse. Maybe it's not so abandoned. This truck. No, it doesn't have the power to get up this hill. I think it's got the most powerful engine of all the farm vehicles that we have. Okay, we're here. Come on. You can do it. Okay, back to the vent. So how are we doing? Cultivator's still cultivating, that's good. Did I screw that up? Oh, majorly. There we go. full. Clear the truck and extend the booms. Oh, cultivator's finished as well. Yay. So we can head down to there, turn the worker on, and that should be just fine. Yep. Here we are. I'm going to lift that up till we get to the next troublesome parts. So yeah, once we're done with all the ploughing and the stuff, probably take this all back to the farm, get this tractor serviced. Alrighty. Lift that up. Turn it over. And go back the way we came. So, Cedar has, what does the Cedar have? The Cedar has a fertilizer applicator, so the act of seeding will make this fully fertilized field. Well, once we've got the digestate in all of them. I have to check which of my big tractors has the most hours on it now. So as I said before, I'd like to keep them fairly well balanced in usage. I don't really want one getting trashed and the other one being still relatively good condition, although if we have to replace them, that's obviously then a challenge, because we have to replace both of them, and that would be an expensive job. About 300,000 per tractor or something like that. Okay, we lift that up, we turn that round and we flip it over. So doing the top here, because it's furthest away from the road, the exit road. And then we can do down along the side path. Okay, slurry tank is getting very close to being done. And if that's the case, I think there was still some in the tank. That wasn't an unexpected empty tank situation. That means I want to bring the slurry system over here next, finish this field off, put the Challenger in the main yard. I can then jump over to the class and finish tidying up the field for cultivating. Put this in for a service and see where we go after that. Oh, I know why, yeah. It's been bugging me. Why is the lin track in the middle of the front yard? Because I was supposed to trip over it and say, oh yeah, I need to unload all those barrels from the flatbed. Oops. Okay. So top end of the field nearly done. We're already 33 hours on this tractor. We're just starting year 2. Now the nice thing is, because we've now got the vent, and we're not going to have the Valtra in narrow tyres and spraying for the entire year, which we did in the first year. This tractor is probably not going to be used quite as much this year as it was last year at the beginning. And it was almost every single job was done by this tractor or the class. But now that we've got usable medium tractors for things, we'll use a big one for the mowing, but the raking and the baling and stuff like that, or collecting, that can be done by one of the mid-sized tractors. In fact, that could probably be done by both mid-sized tractors. We'll do windrowing and collecting. I'll probably collect with the Fendt because it's a slightly bigger engine. And while we've only got a 21,000 litre collection wagon, when it's full of grass, it's not easy to haul. So that's a thing to consider. Valtra's only 190 horsepower, so it's going to struggle with some of the haulage work, not a lot of it, but going to have to watch it. I think for the most part we're using the grain haulage is going to be downhill from the top fields back to the yard. Now that we've got the skip attachment for the truck, we can get away with not using the tractors and Bailey trailer to haul down to the smaller sell points. In fact, the big semi-trailer may be used most frequently for silage transport. Not sure the plough is wide enough to get all of this. We're doing okay for now. silicone poles, yay. Okay, so a little bit here and there. Lift the plough. We'll do a speed run over to the next section. Awesome. So I can't think what other things I've heard on Farm Sim News this week. We're now about a week and a half from the Cavernland DLC, which yes I am going to use because it is ideal equipment for this size of farm. We're looking 9 to 12 meter planters and seeders and a bunch of other stuff. And then we may get rid of the Amazon because technically it's not a European model seeder. It's kind of handy. And it means you only need one planter for everything, and it does cultivating and fertilizing, but it is a US only model, or North America, Canada model. Unfortunately, I'm having issues with the horse DLC, or the free DLC aggravation equipment, because otherwise I would be using that. But we tried, it didn't work out too well. So, kind of like the Scania trucks, didn't work out too well. Which was a shame, because I kind of wanted to give them a try. And lovely slow. Field prep farm job still. It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we've got a good maybe 4 more hours before the sun sets. With any luck, we should have this field. Oh, there should be no luck in it. We should have this field covered in digestate way before the end of the day. Kind of thinking the other field, because we started at midday game time. We already got one field done. The plowing's our holdover from last week, so we started the ploughing early in the morning. We started the cultivating early in the morning. But can't remember what we were doing. I really can't remember what else we were doing first thing in the morning. Probably feeding the sheep, because that's a full-time job. It's one of the reasons why I'm not 100% decided whether cows is going to be a thing on this farm. I may go seriously sheep, because there's 2 other sheep fields. Let's put that on cruise control, try and set it straight-ish. So Oakfield Farm Show, it doesn't tell me how many I'm allowed to have, but there's this one, there's that one, there's that one. So 3 sheep fields. We've already got over 100 in that first field. Maybe when we head back up there with this thing, we'll see if we can figure out how many sheep we're allowed to have in the top field. At the moment, what is it? The field to the right of where the cultivating, or left of where the cultivating was happening, is also a sheep field, but we're using that for grass at the moment. So to expand to use that second field for sheep, I would buy the third field. Maybe I'd buy the third field, put sheep in that, and maintain the second, or the other sheep field, the one we already own, as a grass field for now. But eventually we are going to have to, if we go big time sheep, we are going to have to that was not what I had planned. We are going to have to end up using all 3 fields for sheep if I go way over the top with sheeps. And that's fine. Now, I haven't looked at my Ungertsheim map since February. I will go back and get that, because we're not coming back up here with this thing. Because that map, I'm planning to try finish out the contract achievement, because there's not enough contract fields on this map to be able to do, what is it, 100 contracts? There might be, but it's not going to be a quick thing. Ungertsheim, we were going. There's so much time between own farm work periods that it just makes sense to do a lot of contracts, and we've probably done about 50 in the first year, and it's going to be a 2-year playthrough, so we're better situated for finishing that. Plus, with 100 odd fields on the map, that's a lot of contracts, because most of them are enabled for contracts.